Hello. All right. Before the audio starts, I just want to say the art contest is still going. The deadline has been scooched over to 25, and also I will be doing a birthday stream. It is obviously a few days late, but I was busy and stuff. But it should be around the 20 to 25. Yes. So keep your eyes open and enjoy the audio. It's in the Discord below. Bye bye. Right, but look. I mean, you've always been an unfair critic at any exhibit that features Rodko fic. Look how nice it plays with the Giacometti and the Angie's Martines. It's grounding. It anchors. And you know what? Fine, sure. You may have a point. The music, it's maybe a touch past taste here, but you know how it is with these gallery openings. The curators always want to get on the donors' good sides, and to do that, they always have to pull something unique, zany. 15th century British court, I don't know. No, are you kidding me? I'd sooner die than be caught trying to slow dance here. I mean, come on, look. I'm pretentious, but I'm not an ass. It's already bad enough that I'm at one. With you guys. But going to the dance floor? Look, you'd have to fight me tooth and nail to get me to sway in close quarters with ostentatious grandiose, fake deep showboats like you. I mean, how are you doing? I don't think we've met before. Look at you, just hovering at the periphery. Come, join us. We're always looking to liven up the conversation. Aren't we, friends? To whom do we owe the pleasure? Wow. It's shocking. This event is highly exclusive. Me, I only just joined the social group with these patrons recently. It's very hard to break in without the proper connections. So you did know. A friend, you say? However, did you manage to get the copy of the invite list for this opening? Oh, why doesn't that explain so much? Well, pardon me, Dr. Smith. It's very nice to meet you. I'm John Smith, PhD. Dr. Smith as well, as it were. What a small world. What a small world. No. My PhD's in economics. Though, you wouldn't know it since I work for a consulting firm now. Beatrice here works for some global property fund. Charles works in investment banking. Vic is a quant analyst in what do you do again, Z? Right. System security analysis. Well, what about you? So then, Dr. Smith, JD, PhD, MD. How handy? Tell me, what motivated you to be so well studied? That's quite the specific niches of industries. Couples consultant, divorce lawyer, and psychiatric specialist all wrapped up in one. You are just too good to be true, aren't you, Doc? You are frankly unbelievable. No, really. How is it that you're able to even market all your skills? What do your clients even call someone with so many titles as you? The love, doctor. That has got to be the creative and fun spin on your little practice. Case write-ups, published research, held prescriptions of hugs and kisses. It's cute. Fun. Oh, I don't mean anything by that, Dr. Smith. Just a bit of teasing. Your skill set is just so unorthodox, I should say. Very specialized. Most of us here arm ourselves with finance, real estate, and commerce, or tech as a tool of our trade. Weaponizing romance, though. Poetry and hand-holding and longing gazes from across the room. It's just a bit different, you know? It almost sounds made up. Yeah, yes, weaponizing romance. I'd say it's a pretty apt description for what you do. You being a love doctor and all. Well, how would you describe it? Weaponizing attraction. Huh. So then, instead of ludus, gay pragma, when you talk about being the love doctor, you really mean what? Eros? Huh. Interesting. Weaponizing Eros. Weaponizing attraction, desire, passion. That's interesting. I guess the question is, do you wield it well? I mean, that's the question on everybody's mind, isn't it? We're all just dying to see the love doctor in action. Maybe even pick your brain for a couple of tips. Isn't that right, Beatrice? No, Charles. You, of all people, can't laugh. When was the last time you had a date? No. You can't give me a hard time for that now, Charles. I went on a date just last week. Yes, with the one I met online, and obviously since I'm here, my organs hasn't, been harvested like you were all joking about. That kind of stuff is so outrageous, No one will try to kill me on my first date. Right, Doc? See, you're being ridiculous, all of you. I expect a cut of that betting pool y'all had on me. Don't even pretend there wasn't one. Because, contrary to what you're all gambling on, the date was fine. Better than fine, actually. It was really, really interesting. Har. What? You two, Smith? We've barely even met. You hardly even know me and you're already teasing? Really? You know enough? Well, you could always know me better. In the sense that we could all get to know each other better, as far as friendships go, deepening into something more and all of that. Deepening into more friendship. That is friendship. Nothing, nothing more. Well, something more in the sense that we might be closer, of course, and emotional connection. I don't want to be closer to you, obviously, but really, that's all you needed to draw conclusions about me? Alright, sure. Let's do it. You can be the judge, doctor, since you want to know so badly. I'll tell you all about my date, and you can give me a couple of psychological hacks as well. Assess my performance. Oh, I'm certain I can keep up. I'm a great student when motivated. I mean, that's how I got my PhD and all. Alright, so, we met at my favorite restaurant, even at Yazzie. What about it? I go there all the time, for a reason. Plus, my date has a soft spot for the city nightlife, open air concepts, and dishes made with fresh ingredients. It happened to be the perfect place. That's right, Doc. I do pay attention. You never knew what sort of information comes in handy for different situations. Anyway, we talk a bit, break down that first initial date awkwardness barrier, bond over shared dread of work, and then there was a certain mood shift. Naturally, we ended up back at my place. To talk, guys. To talk, alright? It was nice though, you know. We found out we had a lot in common. A lot more in common than you might think. At the end of the day, I think a certain spark was acknowledged. Even if it didn't go quite as planned. I could have really used your help there, Smith. Orders straight from the love doctor for lots of bed rest. Lots of bedtime, little rest, of course. But overall, it went about as well as any date could. Not the most ideal conclusion to the night, of course, but I think I played my part pretty well enough. Wow, cold, you know. For a lawyer, you aren't really judicious, are you, Smith? Alright then. Since you're the love doctor and everything, I'll buy it. Go ahead and tell me everything I did wrong. You're the expert. You know, show me a trick or two. Of course. Anything you'd like. What do you want to know to start? Well, that detail was a little... okay. The way I greeted my date was maybe a bit less than ideal. I thought about a handshake or a hug or something, but instead I went with, you know, a classic, good old-fashioned pat on the shoulder from an arm's length away. But, I mean, really, what was I supposed to do? That's close. But you can't expect us to actually work. This is... yeah, this is working, but I like what you're doing. Now, I know what you're doing. Yeah. You're using selective proximity, closing the distance between us with purpose and sharing space. You're breaking down interpersonal boundaries with increasing proximate intimacy, which naturally heightens attraction. You're also utilizing micro adjustments to create subtle attention bias, angling your body towards me, tilting your head closer, and you're leaning heavily on sustained and roaming eye contact, switching back and forth between my eyes and my mouth, and back to my eyes again, and something else I can't remember. Yes, right. Contact cues. Physical contact to bridge the remaining interpersonal distance. When you brushed your hand over my hair, it posed the low threshold affiliative touch, but also acted as the stabilizer, triggering self-monitoring, hyper-awareness. Yes, I'd say I'm extremely hyper-aware now. Did I get those? motivational interruption, frustration effect, desire, amplification via withdrawal. That would require to claim an exit at high intensity, so we're missing one final touch. Well, when I first greeted my date, kisses on cheeks were mentioned. Hi. Yeah. just like that. Let's hope that wasn't actually the final touch. That was pretty good, doctor. Get a room, you two. Does anyone else want to step in, to be an example? Guys? Vic? Z? Charles? When did everyone leave? I think I'll join them at the bar then. Because, doctor, I think it'd be very dangerous to be alone with you right now. In more ways than one. We've always have an audience, whether you know it or not. Always listening, watching. Not that how it's stopping. Nothing. It's just, sitting out here in the open. Too many eyes, too many ears. Alone with too much temptation. I don't know what I'd do. Better that we have company. I guess that could work. We could be in a constant motion, moving around so much no one knows we'll be able to catch our full attention. Conversation. Fine. Why not? Let's dance. Yes. Obviously, I'm mad at you. It's not funny. You can't just show up after days of no contact, looking like this, performing your little act and expecting to be fine with it. No. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Look, I know why you're here. I was able to uncover the same intel as you. The conspiracy, who set us up and why, and what their next moves are gonna be. Right now, what we need to do is... What? No. I didn't get a haircut. Why does it matter? Anyway, what I was saying was we need a plan. I don't know if you have any allies at your agency that would defect for you, but I have a few friends. What is that supposed to mean? No, I'm not. No, they don't. My eyes do not dart around when I'm nervous. Why would I... Why would I be nervous? You're just trying to distract me. We need to focus, alright, okay? Do you know how many people are on the hunt for us? There's hardly anyone I know that would trust, and I need you to... Stop that. Stop looking at me like that. You know, stop doing the thing with the eyes and the words. You know what you're doing. Slowing the moment, unexpected precision, drawing out the smiles, the silence, making all your deceptively innocent observations. I said stop looking at me like that. I'm gonna... I know all your little tricks, okay? They don't work on me. Not true. My nervous system is perfectly regulated. If I'm fidgeting or if my voice is shaking and my breath, my breathing is weird, it's only because we're so close and touching. The last time we were this close and touching, things didn't go so well. Don't be coy. Don't dance around the subject. You've been dangling it in front of me, teasing me with it this whole night. Well, not anymore. If you don't want to broach the topic, I will. I'm talking about the last time we were this close, when you straddled me with your right forearm pressed against my throat. What? Of course it was. It was your right forearm. No, it was definitely the right forearm. I would be the one to remember. No. I do not think about it. I don't think about it that often. I don't think about it every night. I'm not thinking about it right this very second. You're doing it again. Stop looking at me like that. It drives me crazy. Keep looking at me like that. Keep looking at me like that. You're asking for trouble. Keep looking at me like that, and I'll do something about it. Who am I kidding? I can't do this anymore. Keeping up this act, pretending. It's like I'm punishing myself. Why do I do it myself when you can do it for me? It's just a job, Smith. I promise you can go back trying me, killing me after. In fact, that's probably the best case scenario. I know you like to work as efficiently as possible. Cold, detached. But let's make this personal. Of course I did. What? You thought I wasn't gonna look into you after the encounter? Huh? I'm very, very thorough, you know. I look in all the right and wrong places when it comes to you, Smith. I know all your methods, your habits. But tell me, what's a guy gotta do to see how brutal he can be? Oh, I'm not scared of what you do to me. If anything, I'm scared of how quickly I'd accept it. You say my name, and suddenly I'm compliant in ways that should concern both of us. The script's flipped now, hasn't it? Say it. Say that again. Tell me to stop looking at you like this. I won't, but tell me anyway. Your voice does things to me I can't say politely. You know, even if you told me to behave, I wouldn't. But only because I want to see what you do if I haven't. Oh, Smith, I don't want respect. I want you. I'll crawl for it if you want. I'm honestly hoping you do. Who cares? We're both dead anyways. Might as well go out with a bang. Put me where you want me. I'll stay until you remember I'm there. And if you hurt me a little bit in the process, I'd make a sound you'd want to hear again. You don't get it. Devastate me. I thank you for it. feed me a scrap of attention, and I'd lose my mind. You could ruin me, and I'd hold still for it. I'd ask if you want a better angle. I'd make it so easy for you. I'd make it so worth your time. What's wrong? I thought you liked the idea of me embarrassing myself on purpose. Sure, I can be quiet. Shut me up however you want. And if you tell me to open my mouth, I won't even ask why. Oh. Oh, shit. Yeah. I see them. 2 on the balcony, I'm guessing. 3 behind me. Perfect. I was hoping HQ would give me some more time, but it looks like they sent in more people to get the job done if we didn't finish ripping each other apart. You know? Look, if we want to get out of this alive, we'll have to watch each other's backs. Don't worry, though. We can get to that last activity later, if you're up for it. Looking forward to it. Well, Smith, let's get ourselves out of this mess and into a mess of our own making. Look, as much as I'd love to recreate the night we first met, you're gonna have to show me your full arsenal while we're in action. Look, I just have one question for you.